Hello, everybody. I am the Orange Peanut. That's Grody Gloater. That's the Commish. That empty seat is Icehouse, who has turned invisible, at least for the time being. No, he's taking a poop in the bathroom. We are the Duff Pick'em All Stars, your handy dandy crew of people that give you fantasy football advice one way or another, give you live entertainment, maybe a little bit of both. I don't know. But yeah, we're on here every week or so, archiving our stuff. We have 3 subscribers. Next subscriber, I think we don't have any more subscribers. Has anyone checked? Has anyone? Has
I haven't
anyone?
checked.
Anyone checked? No. No. Okay. Well, that's okay. Well, but the next subscriber gets the hat. Oh my gosh, he's
This free shirt.
the mute is Luth. I love that shirt so much. But yeah, we're here to talk about fantasy football. We love football, so we're here to give you some advice, some entertainment, so on and so forth. We're going to start with what happened last week. Kamish, hit us up with some stats of what happened in Pro Pick'em last week.
Damn it.
Pro Pick'em. All right. Last week we had Tommy leading the week with 72 points. Grody right behind him with 64, followed by me with 56. JV with 47, Eric with 39, Boss and Stan tied at 29 each.
Really brothers.
Let's see, we all got Tampa Bay wrong. Nope. We all got a push on Minnesota and Chicago.
Damn it.
Stan was the only one that. What?
I was gonna say, was there an explanation on why it wasn't a push for the Denver Indiana game? Because it was 3 points. It was 12-9.
Indianapolis won by 3. They
Oh,
were
okay,
the
so
underdog.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. Underdog wins. That's a win for the underdog. Stan was the only one who got Cleveland right.
Stupid.
Stan with his 2 points for Cleveland, but his love of Washington, he was the only one that got Tennessee wrong and lost 16 big on it. Kevin was the only one who had Houston right. I was the only one that had Arizona right.
Go you.
Wow.
JV was the only one that had Cincy right.
Ooh.
And Kevin was the only one that had Las Vegas right. Although I was tempted to change my pick because of where I was at.
And I looked that up
And
too.
again, second week in a row, I wanted to change my pick for the Monday night game, and I didn't. So maybe I should start thinking about that. But
Well, I just was shocked that nobody switched especially when I said the boss says it all the time. Kansas City never covers.
They never covered. No, you were absolutely right. I actually looked up last week to see if you had changed, and I was like, oh yeah, that is.
KC covered against Tampa.
Ooh. Yeah, they did.
They did not cover against Indianapolis. They did not cover against the Chargers. And they did cover against Arizona. So leading up to yesterday, or leading up to this week, they were 2-2. So now they're 2-3 in terms of being the favorite and covering. So that's a 50-50 shot. In any case, let's see. Anything other interesting notes? Nothing else of note on the week from last week. Oh, no, I didn't do that. That's what I wanted to do.
True.
There were 10 underdog picks that were the correct pick, 5 favorites, and then the 1 push, which brought the season to the favorites are 42.5%, the underdogs are 53.75%, and a push is now a 4% chance.
Interesting.
Some good thoughts.
That is interesting. I do appreciate you looking over those stats there, Thank you.
But the funny thing is, it's the second week. What you call it? Happened week 3. No, second week. Where it is 5, 10, and 1. 5 favorites were right, 10 underdogs, and 1 push. That happened in week 3.
Yeah, I was saying.
But it is the third week in a. It is the third week in a row with a push. So we'll see if that trend continues. Kevin is currently winning with 340 points. JV's in second place with 292. I am in third place with 290. Stan is in fourth with 275. Eric's with 269. Tommy with 266. And Boss bringing up the rear at 257. Although, and on the season for win-loss, Kevin is leading that at 39 or 38 and 39.
Tommy barely makes all of his picks, boss. How are you in dead last?
Yeah, what the heck? We need some sort of
Well, think about it. When he misses 2 picks, he's only missing 1 and 2. He's not missing 16 and 15.
That's true.
Good news is I got a new strategy.
Oh,
Ooh.
we're revving.
Revisionist, 22.0 or something.
No. You were at 25.9K actually.
I got a good one this time.
All right, so we're at
No, it's
26.
26.
I'm like, okay, I gotta shake things up. I'm like, I got it.
26.5
So going into this week, I'm
G.
hot.
That's what we're at here. G for Brody with this one here. But speaking of the Sippy Cup, a fantastic job last week, although it has been 3 weeks in a row that you just don't pick all of your picks, and somehow you won last week, but we appreciate you doing the work that you do in the wee hours of the night. So, de facto champion goes to Grody. Raise your glasses up for Grody, everybody. Grody, what was the game besides the Bears game that you liked watching the most last week?
Honestly, despite the fact that I had the Green Bay Packers picked, I would say the Packers game.
Oh. Why the Packers?
Because it was nice watching them lose to the Giants.
Yes, I like it there.
The other sad part I would like to point out really quickly, because I don't know if we'll get a touch on it, is that there was 2 calls this past weekend of roughing the passer that were not roughing the passer, and that was disgusting to watch.
Tom Brady, you are terrible. Horrible. Yeah. Tom Brady, you're the worst. I don't care how much you're paying the refs. Go away, please. Please, love goodness. Oh, am I about to get a visitor? I might be about to get a visitor.
I think it was the same ref twice now.
No.
All right. I'll watch the wire. All right, so we're going to start off the week here. Grody has decided to talk about first of his 2 games since he is in fact the champion of the week. Way to go, Grody. Philadelphia versus Dallas. Ooh, battle of the NFC East. Give us some stats, Grody.
Yeah, so obviously the Eagles are undefeated right now, the only undefeated team in the league. They have lost the last 3 games against Dallas. Last time they won, it was in Philadelphia in 2020. Obviously, this is at Philly. It's a 5.5 point spread, so I think it's definitely a bit much to cover, especially for their last few games. Them only winning by 3. Dallas is without Dak Prescott, so it does make it a little bit easier to potentially beat that spread. I think with the way that it's trending down, I think it might be because of the fact that there's potential that they say Dak Prescott can play. I don't think he's going to. I think the Philadelphia offense has a little bit more than the Dallas offense. So again, I could still see them winning this by a field goal. So I picked Dallas to cover. I got 6 points on it, but I think Philadelphia is still going to win the game. It's just not going to be by 5 points.
Do you want Philadelphia to win the game?
Absolutely. I think they're a really good team. I think Hurts has definitely proven a lot of people wrong who didn't think he could be a quarterback in the league.
Makes sense. So we got 6 points on Dallas from Grody. Kamish, what are your thoughts on the Dallas-Philadelphia game?
I got 6 points on Dallas. Unless Dak Prescott's starting, then I'm going to switch it to Philly.
That does make sense.
In all honesty, if Cooper Rush has proven that he can manage a game and play well enough to win, I'm sticking with Dallas, and same with 51% of other people.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a pretty tight, even percentage there. I'm going to go contrarian. I'm going to go Philadelphia, just because Philadelphia fans are obnoxious. They want to win. They're even worse when they're winning.
Not contrarian. Somebody already picked Philly.
Yeah, Joe did.
Oh, you picked Philly. I thought you picked Dallas, unless Prescott
No.
playing.
Yeah. Like,
That's what I thought.
yeah, I've got Dallas unless Prescott plays, then I'll take Philly.
All right,
Oh,
that's fair.
Or no,
Yeah, so that's
I'm
not.
no fool.
That's right. You're no fool, but you do have a puppy. We do see. Is that Charlie? No, that's Tiny.
Tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny with that. I'm just gonna go 7 on Philadelphia. I feel that's a noisy stadium, and when they want to win, they want to win. Plus, I like the way Hurts is playing. Boss, thoughts?
Well, according to my new system,
Uh-oh.
very scientific, I will take Philly for I don't know, 10 points, I guess.
Philly for I don't know 10 points. Your scientific
No,
system said I don't know. Huh?
it's very scientific.
Very scientific. I did say 11.
Gotta give it some.
I'm putting 11 on Philly. Sorry, if I said 7, I meant 11. It gets confused. Store vibes. All right. Go down to the commish. Commish, staying on the train. Keep it on the train. Maybe even be right engineer
course.
of this train. Buffalo versus Kansas City. Hit us up with some stats. Commish.
The other thing to note with that Philly Dallas game is in thinking about the fact that Arizona almost took Philly to overtime had they managed the ball better. So
Wow.
like, that is something to consider. Like Philly is not elite. Let's just be honest about that.
no, they're a good team.
Dallas does have a good defense, but it is what it is.
Showdown.
I was gonna say, what's his face? What's that guy's name? Oh, fuck! I can't think of
Linebacker.
that sack guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Parsons, Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Parsons, yes.
Yeah, he's been ridiculous this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so-
Forever, like ever since he came in, like last year.
Yeah.
The man's a beast.
All right, so we all know the last time these two we all know the last time these two teams met was in the playoffs, and it was a doozy.
Yes.
Would have been great if it had been a Super Bowl, but unfortunately they both play in the AFC, so it'll never be the Super Bowl. Prior to that, let's see, regular season. I mean, the overall series, Buffalo leads 27-24 and one tie. They've met each other 5 times in the postseason. Of the last, let's see, 10 games, going back, not including the postseason game, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You have what? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Buffalo's 4-6 in the last 10 games against Kansas City. Not exactly boding well. When they did win, they have won by 41-7, 35-17, 16-10, and 38-20. So if they're going to win, they're going to win by more than 2.5. But if they're going to lose, well, let me get back to that. If they're going to lose, they also, I mean, granted, losing regardless is Kansas City is going to win, or the points are with Kansas City. But yeah, losing, they don't play close games, these guys. It is one way or the other. Last time they had a close game was back in 2010. It was 13-10.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
so close game, not an option for this one. On the season, Buffalo's been the favorite every game. They are 3-1 with one push. At home, they're 2-0. This game is in Kansas City. On the road, they are don't come back. The way they're 2-1, whereas Kansas City at home is 2-0. It is early in the season, but it's trending towards Kansas City. They both can score, as they are, I believe, the top two, with Kansas City having 159-4, and Buffalo's 152. The bigger difference is Buffalo's only given up 61 points in the season, whereas Kansas City has given up 125. So, yeah, does not bode well for the notion that Kansas City's defense is going to come stopping. The amount of weapons that Patrick Mahomes has and Von Miller is but one person. So this could, I mean, again, it's the only big difference in this game is Tyreek Hill's no longer there, and Von Miller's on defense for Buffalo. Otherwise, it's essentially the same game as what we saw in the playoffs. I gotta believe. Let's see, where am I at, anyways? Yeah, I don't know. Kansas City's too hot right now. I got 11 points on Kansas City.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment for that. Still on the Let's Go Buffalo train, though, right, Mish? Right.
Of course, but I don't see them winning this game.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, especially on a game that's going to get national coverage like this, and the fact that it's only a 2.5-point spread. I know last week we were talking that Grody picked Las Vegas last week because he's like Kansas City doesn't cover. I do feel that they can cover this. I do feel they have good home field advantage, and I do feel that they're going to do a thing. So I'm going to go 9 points on Kansas City. Boss.
I can't go against Kansas City at home. I go against my new system and just pick them for 3 points.
3.
But
You say 3 points on Kansas City?
yes.
Oh, okay. And up to Grody so far. Everyone's
This game exists. This game exists outside of the new system because
Oh.
we can't go against Kansas City at home.
This one's on a beta flop D revision. Grody, what do you think for this game?
Well, I can definitely tell you Buffalo probably had this game circled on their freaking calendar.
That's true.
I feel like for them, as much as like if they lose it, like it's gonna be like, oh, it's just another game. But I feel like if they win it, they're gonna be like, it's gonna give them a boost. They've been playing pretty well for Buffalo. I got 11 points on Buffalo.
11 points on Buffalo. There's the split. That's a good split. So we're going in that direction there. Excellent. All right. I am here to talk to you about a game that probably has less to do with stats and more to do with just something I'm personally interested in. I'm here to talk to you about Cincinnati versus New Orleans. Not much in the matchup. AFC North versus NFC South. Both teams are 2-3. They're in a tight division. Both teams have moderate amounts of success here and there. What I'm here to talk about is that how exciting it was last week to see my tight end quarterback combo, Taysom Hill, get over 40 points with 3 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown. So I was reading into this. So the history of this is not much. Both teams have played a total of 14 times and have beat each other 7 each. So the series is tied since 1970 when they first played in the month of All Saints Day. The thing that I was reading about online is how unusual the Saints play calling has been with these double quarterback plays that they keep trying to put out there, where they keep trying to utilize Taysom Hill in what I think is essentially a more college-like way, where the plays are not as straightforward. Cincinnati Bengals, you have Joe Burrow, who's trying to isolate himself as a quarterback, who is in more traditional ways. He's trying to isolate himself as a franchise quarterback, trying to make use of all of his wide receiver weapons. Meanwhile, you have a larger percentage, something that's like a 22% Wildcat-like play happening with the Saints and Taysom Hill. Now, this is moderately effective. You look at the Saints in terms of their 2-3 seasons so far. I mean, first week against Seattle scored 39 points. Next week against Minnesota lost, but at 25 points. Carolina 14, Tampa Bay 10. Tampa Bay has a good defense, though. And then Atlanta, they scored 27 points. So this offense is not entirely laughable, I guess, in terms of this. In fact, one of the things that really struck me as odd was I was reading comments about Taysom Hill in terms of like, well, how effective is he really? Most people believe there's more cons to his play than pro, namely in just height and weight. I mean, take Taysom Hill. He's 6'2", 220 pounds, not a lightweight, but compared to the average tight end in the NFL at 6'4" and 250 pounds, that's a significant difference. I would want to have a blocker that is bigger, or what I consider Taysom Hill a little bit more, a running back that is just larger for there. But pure in a standpoint, like, you're talking about a guy in his 30s who has, we got to at least admit at some point, trick plays are fun. They are really fun when we see them happen. They're funny as hell when they fail. and they just bring an element to the game that just makes it more entertaining to watch, and that's really kind of what Taysom Hill is. He is not, in my opinion, the entirely most he's not a wild and crazy play. Sure, he's used in what I would say a little bit of an unconventional way compared to a standard, quarterback or tight end, whatever. But at the same time, he's creating entertainment to be able to watch with his games. Now, I actually was going over my stats of last year. I tried my best to watch all 32 or listen to all 32 NFL radio stations, and I noticed on my list I only hit 31. I missed the Saints. I did not listen to a single Saints radio station. So I am going to be excited to listen to him, as I am also playing him again. I do like Burrow, and I think a lot of people do like Burrow. 72% of people are going to be going for Cincinnati. 28% of people going for New Orleans. It is a 1.5 spread, so this isn't going to be some. I think Cincinnati can definitely cover this. I think New Orleans can cover it. And being that I have been talking about how fun Taysom Hill is to watch, I am actually going to go with New Orleans on this one. And I'm going to go somewhat high by right-clicking instead of left-clicking. There we go. With a nice and lucky 13 points on New Orleans. So that is my thoughts on this. Boss, your thoughts?
The whole Taysom Hill thing, I don't know, man. I think he just had a game that I know that he's not going to replicate that. Since, in my mind, he struggled last game because T. Higgins was out. I think with him back, they'll come out strong. So I'm taking Cincy for 11.
Cincy for 11. That's a good bet with that one there. Up to Brody. Brody.
I got 13 on Cincinnati.
13.
They bounce back.
Cincinnati with a bounce back on there. Commish.
Yeah, I got 13 on Cincy.
13 on Cincy. A little bit of a split. Again, these are the wiser of the folks to listen to. I'm playing this more for fun and heart. And look at my record. Do you see me up in first very often? No. But I'm having fun the entire way up there. Boss, you've got Denver versus Los Angeles Chargers here. Tell us about this fun game.
Got some great notes on this one, actually.
Whoa!
Denver's defense is
For the first time,
averaging
notes.
Yeah, yes, notes. Great.
multiple notes. So Denver's defense is averaging 16 points per game. Sorry, I don't have a teleprompter, so I can't. They have a great defense, this season.
Thank you. Give a round.
The last 7 games between these two teams have averaged a total of 41.7 points. The over-under is currently at 45.5. So, okay, well, definitely betting the under in this game, actually. I'm going to go on DraftKings and bet the under, because I believe that is true.
Yeah.
Home team is 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games. Hold on. God damn it.
What?
Sorry. He finagled his way into the bathroom.
Finagled his way.
Allowed. Anyway, the home team, which is the Chargers in this case, is 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games. 2022 Broncos this year, they're 1-4 against the spread.
Oof.
Meanwhile, the Chargers this year are 4-1 against the spread.
Wow.
It's all signs point the Chargers just fucking smoking this shit. The Broncos rank 31st in scoring, as we've all witnessed in multiple primetime games. It's been painful to watch. Russell Wilson can just not, just go away, man. Anyway, whatever. A lot of great stats. Here we are. 5.5 points. My God, it's max points. Fucking Chargers.
Who is doing max points?
Oh.
Max points on the Chargers, huh?
But I take them at 7 points. Give me 5.5. Yes, please.
Wow. Going up to Grody there. What are your thoughts? Max points on that, huh?
Yeah, one team can score points, the other team can't. 5 points on the Chargers.
5 points on.
That's pretty much what it comes down to. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I mean, Denver does have a
excellent
good
summary.
defense, but at the end of the day, it's like, is Denver's defense so good they can't not lose by 6?
Mm.
Nah, get out of here with that.
Yeah. Kamish, what are your thoughts?
4 points on the Chargers.
4 points on the Chargers. I appreciate what you've talked about here, but I'm going to play Grody of last week. The Chargers are hapless from time to time. I've seen it in the worst of situations. And on Monday Night Football seems like prime time to have that happen. I will go.
The same Chargers team that is averaging those points without Keenan Allen last
I'm
week, by
just-
the way.
They're 4-1 against the spread.
I'm just saying. I'm going.
Without Keenan Allen. Go ahead, John. I dare you.
I am.
Max
Good. No, I'm not going max points. I
again.
am not going max points, but I do always go big on the last week, and I am going to go 12 points on Denver.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, the
Fair
team
enough.
that can't score a fucking touchdown, I'm going to pick them.
Like-
Yes, see, pros here, pros. My advice.
I can't hit a wide open guy that could have walked in for a fucking touchdown to win the game, and we're gonna lose 12-9 in a game that featured 7 field goals.
Hey, man.
Yep, I'm putting big points on that team to beat a team that actually can score. If they were playing Indianapolis, John, I'd be like, yeah, you're right. This should probably be let's go Denver.
Let him take his 12 and
Let
go
him-
down with the
That's
chip.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do that. I agree with all of you.
Oh,
I am
man.
making a risky bet. What's happening there?
All right. I am going to look forward to this.
You got to make the risky bets in the games where it actually seems like something weird can happen.
Which
Not in a game where you're like, yeah,
I agree, but let's talk about a game where we think something can happen. Raise your beers up again to Grody, winner of last week. Cheers, man. Excellent job and well done. Excellent picks, logical picks. Again, there's a reason I'm not on this list on the top one spot there. Grody has decided to talk about the Washington Commies against the Bears. Yo, Grody, hit us up with your thoughts on this.
Oh, yeah, so they've only met a total of 51 times. Washington winning 26, Bears winning 24, and they've tied once. It's a good game to start off the week. Two teams that are not playing up to expectations, especially the Commies. Commanders. I think it's actually kind of a good game for the Bears. Coming off a kind of a upset, I should say upset, but an upsetting loss against the Vikings. Where they actually were doing pretty well in the second half to drive down and potentially score a game-tying touchdown. I think offensively both teams are struggling. I think the Bears' defense probably is going to get a boost, especially because their Jalen Johnson might be starting, and once you can lock up one side of the field, you kind of force the ball to go one way, and hopefully we can see some turnovers. I would love to be like Stan and be like max points on the Commanders. But I'm not foolish. I'm going max points on the Bears.
Oh, he's going max points on the Bears. Max points for Grody on the Bears. Wow, writing that one down with that end. Great staff provided with that one. Do great reasoning for that. Commish, your thoughts?
well, it's currently a 0-point spread, which means I will be putting my max points on this game.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. The Bears' defense, I think, is better than Washington's defense. And admittedly, I also think that Montgomery and Khalil Herbert are better on the Bears' offense than the running backs for Washington. And if it ends up coming down to the difference between who can throw the ball better, nothing against Fields or Carson Wentz, but neither one of them have been particularly great. But I also think that Fields has a better chemistry with Mooney and Komet, and if he can just get in rhythm with them, I think the Bears have a better chance at winning this game. As it stands right now, it's a straight pick 'em. Even if it goes back up to 1 point, I mean, that's still straight pick 'em in my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going with the Bears.
Max points on the Bears. Oh, I played the wrong sound effect. There we go. Ooh, that's the right sound effect. Hopefully that's being recorded. I have no
I
idea.
can't hear your sound effects anyway.
Thank you. Yeah, that's
I was going
fine.
to say,
I'll get them to play at some point. I will get them somehow to play. My apologies for that. I agree wholeheartedly. I think the Bears have an excellent chance. Skins, you're a Q. So 7 points on the Bears. Ice House, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm actually going to also. I'm not going to go max points because I already used that, but I really like. If it's a pick 'em, basically, was what it is at this point. I got to take the Bears, man.
Yeah. That was System 26.5G says.
Hold on.
Oh, there we have it out in the open with there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent, excellent work with that. Yeah, I'll figure out what's happening with that sound booth thing here in a bit. Let's go to quick picks. Quick picks on this one here. Commish, you've got San Fran at Atlanta.
San Francisco, 5 points.
San Francisco, 5 points. I will be joining you with San Francisco, also at 5 points. I do agree. Boss?
No, that's not.
It's not conducive to
Points on
winning.
Atlanta.
Wait, what did you? Oh, you went for Atlanta?
Yes, 8 on Atlanta.
8 on Atlanta. Got you with there. Grody, sorry.
I got 3 on San Francisco.
3 on San Fran with that. Yeah, that makes sense with that there. Got me. Cleveland hosting New England. Will someone please get Cleveland the NFL equivalent of a Viagra? They just can't finish. It's awful. Like, I don't get it. No, it is 3 points. Sorry. New England's going to trounce you. You have problems. Again. We go 8 points on 8 points on Zappy. Boss.
I think you're incorrect, John. 9 points on Cleveland.
Ooh, he believes in Viagra or hymns, whatever you want to call it. Grody.
I got 9 points on the Patriots.
On the Patriots, 9 points of that there, Commish.
10 points on New England.
Ooh. Got bosses.
Oh, that one.
Cheesy Poop stands alone with that. Boss, you get, speaking of cheese, you get cheese hosting the Gangrene.
Yeah, this one's gonna kill. It's Green Bay for a dozen.
Green Bay for a dozen, he says. Grody.
If they can put together 2 halves of football, Green Bay, I got 4 points on them.
Commish?
I got 3 points on the Jets.
3 points on the Jets. I'm with you on that one, Commish. Oh, am I with you? 6 points on the Jets. Jets. All right. Back over the top with it there. Grody. Talk about Jacksonville against Indianapolis.
If Indianapolis gets Jonathan Taylor back, I will switch, but I got 12 points on Jacksonville.
12 on Jacksonville, Commish. Ooh.
12 on Jacksonville.
12 on Jacksonville. Yeah, I gotta admit, Jacksonville is the thing. Boy, I don't have that many points left. Let me look ahead a second. Yeah, 10 points on Jacksonville. Ooh. Boss?
I will take a deuce on Indy.
Oh my gosh, it takes a deuce. Indy. Let's see. Brody, or no, excuse me, Commish. Back to the Commish. Oops, again. Minnesota at Miami.
I got 9 points on Minnesota.
9 points on Minnesota. points on Minnesota. Boss.
4 points on Minnesota.
Oh, everyone's going Minnesota. Grody, do you top it off?
Yes, 8 points, Minnesota.
8 points on Minnesota with that one there. I get the G-Men hosting Apple Core, Baltimore. What is everyone going for? They are all going for Apple Core, Baltimore. I will go for Apple Core, Baltimore. I'm going to put solid. I really don't have any other numbers. Do I have enough? Yeah, they gave me enough numbers here. Tree on Apple Core, Baltimore. Boss.
We'll take 7. Lucky number 7. Apple Core, Baltimore.
Wow. Doing that one there. Back up to the top here, Grody.
I got 7 on Baltimore.
7 on Baltimore with that. Commish.
I got 7 on the G-Men.
7 on
Oh,
the G-Men.
Lucky 7 going.
A little soft spot. Well, do you really think the G-Men can win this? Or do you think they
They
can
don't
just...
have to win. They just have to lose by less than 4.5.
All right, that's fair.
True.
That's very fair. Let's see.
Line.
Down to Boss for Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh.
Let me check my new system. Apparently 6. 6 on Tampa Bay.
6.
System.
6.
I've already declared this a failure.
Tampa Bay as a failure. Grody.
I'm dropping a deuce on Tampa Bay.
I appreciate that. I'm cheersing you dropping a deuce.
Hey.
I do like that. Commish.
I also have a deuce on Tampa Bay.
Cheers to that as well. Everyone's dropping deuces on Tampa
Double
Bay.
deuce.
A double
Oh,
deuce.
it was a double deuce.
It's
Oh
bad,
my
man.
gosh. It was an absolute double deuce right there. I would drop a deuce with all of you. But there's a guy on the Steelers. There's a guy on the Steelers by the name of Miles Jack, and he will defend against Tom Brady. Max points on. This has only panned out for me once this year, folks. Not a good idea. Miles Jack.
Just standing.
Right? And the funny thing is he doesn't have to do this.
I don't. There are other better teams to be able to put this time. I really,
The
in
sad
all
thing is,
serious.
Still beating me in points. Like, what am I doing wrong? These jackasses over there taking them out.
See, rep the system at this point here. See, you're doing a thing. But didn't you miss a week?
No, I've never missed a week. I would never
Why
miss
are you
a week.
so behind then?
I don't know.
I don't know either. With
I'm
there.
trying to find a system.
You have a good system, it sounds like, with this year. Back up to go again. We got the Los Angeles Rams hosting Carolina.
I got 1 point on Carolina.
1 point on Carolina. I don't know if I've got a sound effect for 1 point. Wow. What's the other one here?
Womp womp.
Oh, that's no, we don't. Let's do that one there. All right, Commish, what about you? Los Angeles.
1 point on Carolina.
1 point on Carolina. Cole can't stop you. 1 point on the Rams. There. Ha! Boss.
1 on the Rams. Yeah,
Ooh.
this game sucks.
It's a split. It's just and the last one falls to the Commish. Commish, you get Gino's East Pizza against. Wow.
I got 8 points on Seattle.
8 points on the pizza. We're gonna hear the announcement first here. Dollar yo, dollar yo, dollar yo, dollar yo. Gino's East will be dollar yo in the league. That means that's a little thing I run in the league where the Orange Peanut Network pays somebody 11 coins of gold coins if they pick up and play the quarterback. Gino's East Pizza is currently the dollar yo as of right now. Pick them up, got to play them. You get 11 points if you play them in there. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I would normally go for Arizona, but Gino's East has been a thing. He is in control. He has things. So I'm going to drop a deuce on Gino's East Pizza. That's my last number that I have right now. The boss.
Thought I already did my thing.
Did you do Gino's Eats Pizza at Arizona? Or Gino's Eats hosting Arizona?
Yeah,
You did. Well, what did you pick?
I don't remember.
Oh, what a system. What a system,
15
everybody.
seconds ago. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, Grody, could you
You
salvage
didn't announce it because I went first.
Oh, sorry. Let me check my numbers here. 5 points on Seattle.
on Gino's Pizza?
Sorry, I was looking at the picking up Geno's East. Like, what do I got here? What am I going again?
Might be worth picking up. He very much might be worth picking up. Grody?
I'm like, I
He's
gotta get
definitely
out.
playing better than Russell Wilson. And yeah, I got 10 points on Seattle.
10 points on Seattle. Landslide. All for Seattle. No points. No love for wow. Oh, excuse me, I'm not.
Wow. Jeez, that was a pop. Ooh.
All right. So, thank you very much, everyone, for joining in for another week of Duff Pick'em All Stars. Join us next week, and we will be laughing at me for making the decision I made against Denver. Because, yeah, well, you never know. You never know. 2% chance, I'd say. 1.5% chance that actually pans out. But raise your glass up to another week of fantasy football and football in general. Cheers, folks. We will see you on the next one. See you later. Bye-bye.